Here we go. We've got Steve, our head of hardware, and Kim, our senior product manager, who has joined us here today to talk about more about the hardware side of Wyze. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Okay, I guess I'll go first. So I'm Steve, the head of hardware, and I've been with Wyze for about 4 months now. Previously I've been through some other similar IoT companies, gone through startups with Arlo and with Ring, and now very happy to be here at Wyze. I love doing IoT stuff, and I love startup companies who are doing stuff that is really exciting, and certainly that's what Wyze is doing. When they had huge success with the camera, the V2 camera. When I looked at them and kind of the roadmap and what they're doing and all the new products that are coming out and the democratization of the IoT space, really exciting. I think they're doing something great and something I want to be a part of. So that's why I reached out, and I'm very happy to be here now. So I also felt that I would be a good match and I could help in the mission. So yeah, I'm very, very happy to be here, and it's a great team to be on. And also work a lot with Kim here, who's joining us here today. Kim, why don't you introduce yourself?
Definitely. Hi, everyone. My name's Kim. I'm a product manager at Wyze. Hitting my 1-year anniversary next month at Wyze. I can attest to what Steve just said, that he just within the 4 months, he has contributed so much at Wyze. Love working with him. So I joined Wyze almost a year ago, because I always wanted to build products for users. Ever since I was 16, I wanted to build products that can delight people and solve people problems. So it's when I discovered Wyze, it was very just found this company that just fully aligned with what I wanted to do and my values, and it just it's realistically it is a dream. It's a dream job for myself. Well, what else? So I think for just a quick summary on for the career day part, for people who are joining us here. First of all, I really appreciate the time you're taking out for a Saturday, and we are looking for many great product managers. So please shoot your questions if you're interested in joining Wyze product team.
Sure, and thanks, Kim. Yeah, I like your passion since you were 16 years old. I sort of feel the same way, and that's the type of people that I like to hire. People who are really passionate about what they do. It's great that you go to school and everything like that. I mean, it's actually very important, to go to school and really understand the things that are being taught, because later you're going to need to apply them in real life, and the more you have that foundation, the better you're going to be. But it's really it's the combination of the two: the good foundation in how to research something, and then your passion to deliver it. I just mentioned the school is important, but also it's a continuously learning effort. As you go through at Wyze or any type in your career, but certainly at Wyze we have so many products, so many different technologies that we're looking at. It's not we can't just be pigeonholed in one particular technology, one particular area. You need to expand your mind and to solve problems and to explore new technologies and new services that you haven't really thought about or haven't schooled about. So very important that you're open and to learning new stuff and have that drive. I actually don't have any open positions just yet, but hopefully will be shortly coming up
Absolutely.
in the hardware domain. But yeah, so that's the type of person that, that I think I'm looking for, and generally Wyze should be looking for, in general. Someone who can learn on the job is very important.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate all of that feedback and sharing. Users always like to hear about, how everyone, what their journey was to get to Wyze. So we do have a question here. For hardware, is electrical, electronics, or mechanical engineering experience more important?
Go ahead, Steve. Or okay, I can answer the question, and Steve can please add more. So I think so I studied mechanical engineering, but at Wyze I was teased so many times by Steve for not remembering a lot of basics in mechanical engineering. Jokes aside, but I think knowing, having the electrical and engineering, electronics, mechanical, those education it's a bonus, but it's not required. I would say. I think being a product manager at Wyze, doing hardware, the most important thing, one is to really empathize, being able to empathize with our users, really treating our users as our friends. What are the most important things for them? What are the most beneficial, valuable things for them? Creating that value. I think that's the foundation of being a product manager here, and also being a very creative problem solver. As Steve mentioned, there's a lot of learning at work, learning on the job that happens. There are so many different branches of those disciplines, like electrical, electronics, mechanical. Like there's no way that you would know everything to be ready for a product. There's always a lot of being able to learn and being able to problem solve. That is super important. So in short, the engineering education is not mandatory. Steve, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think you kind of said it right there. I mean, it's all about your desire to learn. The school gives you some foundation, but then you have to, take it where you want to go. Whatever you do, whatever your discipline is in school, when you get to the industry, you have to, that's a foundation, but it's not your day-to-day activity. Day-to-day activity, you're facing new things every day, and you have to solve new problems every day. So really, it's really up to the individual character to be able to take on challenges and be willing to learn.
Thank you. How is hardware handling work from home, and have employees built home labs?
Yes. So, I mean, the good thing about, engineering, hardware or whatever, is you don't necessarily have to spend a lot of money. It's nice to have $1 million labs in each discipline, but, engineering has been around for a long time, and for hundreds of years, right? You can solve problems with just very, very basic tools. So yeah, you can get 95% of the work done that you need to get done in home, just using some very low cost equipment, just ordered off Amazon, and you're ready to go. But, at some point you need to do the formal qualification testing, and then then we can go to certification labs and do that properly. But when we go to a certification lab, it costs money to go into that lab. So you want to, when you take your product there, you want to be pretty sure it's going to pass the first time. So it's important to do the testing up front.
Thank you. Now, all of our product teams and software and engineering teams are here, but in the event that there's travel, are there product teams that travel, and what does that travel entail and look like?
So before COVID, we used to do traveling through our manufacturers and around twice a year. One for like just sourcing for factories that are kind of what we are looking for the product, for the expertise, and for the seeing what the factory can do. And then the other part is usually before product launches, we would go to the factories to be on the floor, making sure the products are ready, are high quality. With COVID, our China trip, the manufacturer trip has been long overdue since February.
Thank you so much. So what are the 3 things that you look for when you're looking to hire someone to join your team?
Okay, I'll take that. So for me, it's really the creativity, being able to, solve problems that you haven't faced before, and the methodology that you use to solve the problem. So it's fine if you haven't, seen, presenting a problem, you haven't seen it before. It's just your thought process and how you might go, about solving that. So it's really, that's really what I look for is, people who are sort of inventive, I guess, in their solutions, or not afraid to try something new, and honestly, not afraid to research. The YouTube and the web are such great resources. Don't get stuck thinking that you have to, solve this all yourself using first principles. You don't. I mean, just go and research it. It's probably already been done already. Find the solution. You find a whole bunch of solutions, then you come together with your own idea that maybe you've improved on something that exists already.
Thank you.
I want to echo what Steve said. There's a lot of being able to learn is super important, especially as we're doing a lot of new things as a 3-year-old startup. And at the same time, I think being a product manager at Wyze, we work with everybody in the company. Being a very, very good collaborator is super important. We work with the manufacturers, we work with the engineers, hardware side and software side, the software release team, the e-commerce, sales, marketing, being able to keep a tight communication and and also being willing to just being resourceful and ask questions. It's not. Building a product comprises so many things that there's just no way that you would know everything. So being a team player, working with everyone, there are things that I may not have answers, but someone in the company will do. So so being able to just being a team player is super important, and on top of that, the user empathy, being a problem solver, a creative problem solver, those are very, very important.
Thank you, Kim. So how does the hardware team work with other product teams and other teams within Wyze?
I can answer that question. So the hardware PMs at Wyze, we usually own, each product manager usually owns one product or one product line. And we work a lot with the software product team at Wyze, Tao, you met or in the previous session for software releases, to making sure the app component is working properly as intended with the hardware. And we also work with the e-commerce team for the product page and making sure the product page is conveying what this product entails.
Thank you. We have a lot of passionate users here, and one question that has come up a couple times is, are we able to take on part-time people on our product team, and is that feasible?
Steve, do you want to take that?
Well, it's a product team question. So I would say I'm probably not. I don't know where we're going with that. I wouldn't say no. Always. I think someone mentioned earlier. You just need to be aggressive in your career search, and doors and opportunity opens to you. If you take some first steps. But I think our plan has always been to hire full time and in Kirkland and Seattle.
Thank you.
Sorry, Karen, just to add to that. So we don't have part-time positions for the product team, but we are always recruiting for beta testers. You can help us build a better product just by being our beta testers. We're always looking for very engaging testers to test our product and making sure it's a solid product.
Thank you. What kind of opportunities do you foresee coming up on the product hardware team in 2021?
So we are always in need of great product managers. I remember before I joined Wyze, just quoting from Yun, our CEO, he said, like, if he could find, if he saw 10 great product managers on the street, he would just hire them right away. We are always in need of great product managers who can solve customers' problems and create values for our users. As our users have seen, we are building new products and at the same time improving our existing products. We need help in both areas.
Thank you.
I wanted just to add that. So on the engineering side, if you kind of looking for like a lot of our development, our joint developments with our partners. So it's it's being able to work in international environments, as Kim said, across the company here, and then so you can vertically and horizontally, you're working with everybody, and just being able to assist where it's necessary in terms of being able to deep dive issues that come up in either the development or the production or in the field, and while also keeping abreast of the latest technology that that the industry is offering, and bringing that to the product management team as potential things that they could be looking at in the future.
Thank you. And another question that has come up, let me see here. So some of these questions that have come up are not really career specific. So I'm actually going to hold off on these questions because I know we have an AMA coming up next week. So we don't want to take away from that. And here's actually another one that has come up. What is your advice for someone that wants to break into consumer hardware design or product management, given historical experience on mechanical design, but want to pivot into a PM role?
Kim, that's your story, isn't it?
Truth told, yeah. I started with mechanical engineering education, and always wanted to be a PM to connect between the product and the users. I think there were many try to seek opportunities to do PM type of work, even while you're in an engineer position. That's super important. I think for Wyze, we are open to all different academic or career backgrounds for PMs, as long as you're a friend to customers and you are a creative problem solver and a good collaborator. Does that answer your question? Sure.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Kim. Another question that has come up. Now we're getting some different questions. How large was the Wyze product team involved in the recent Wyze Cam outdoor camera release? And there's two questions to that. So I'll stop there to give everyone a chance to respond before I ask the next half.
Go ahead, Steve.
You say on the Wyze Cam outdoor, but it's actually just launched just a little bit before I arrived. But there are all in all, I want to say not 100, but very close to that in terms of people involved. In terms of Wyze employees and partnerships that we have, the engineering teams. It's in the software development, the back end development. There's just a lot that goes into that. The whole hardware, software release, logistics. It's a huge number of people for every release. But that one was particularly large because it's a complicated product. There's a lot of pieces that have to be redone.
It takes a village to build a product.
Yeah.
And the outdoor cam is a 2-year village.
That's right, 22 months in the making. Thank you, Kim. The second part of this question, how are product team members selected for prospective products? Is it a mix of new and old employees? And also, what types of job titles are involved in a new product development?
That's a big question. I'll try to answer as much as I can. I also saw there's a related question about respective product or like where are the ideas coming from? Is it top down or like a bottom up? I think for us we are constantly developing our product roadmap on what are the things that we see there's a gap in the market, the gap in product offerings to customers, and once we identify those opportunities, we try to find the right people to build the products. I think there's a lot of there are many product managers on my team and who are just talented and in I would say like we're all talented in different ways. So like finding the product that kind of aligns better with what someone is better at. That definitely goes into it, and a lot of interest, of passion, being passionate about the product, being able to empathize with users of that type of product. That is very important. It is a mix of new and old employees. As I mentioned earlier, we're always looking for new product managers to help us. And there are so many people involved in product development. Just like we talked about WCO, the outdoor cam, taking 100 people or so to build a product. They were just end to end. Just to name a few job titles, the hardware engineers, firmware engineers, electronics, industrial designers, app designers, supply chain. I can go on and on. It's a big project to build a hardware product.
Thank you so much, Kim. So we have 5 minutes left. We have one more question. After proving that Wyze could use a great product or feature, how does a PM at Wyze start the process of providing value and adding it to the roadmap?
That's a very good question. There's a mix of different methods we use. Many times we go, so me and the other product managers on the team, we are on the Facebook community, we are on Reddit, we're on the Wyze forum, we read the wish list. We try to understand what our users want, and figure out how we can build these things for them. So there's a lot of like the votes on the wish list. That's always a great data point for us to know what kind of product or feature that people are looking for. A lot of research based on what kind of, is it a product or app feature, doing a lot of industrial research. We also read a lot of customer reviews on Amazon and on our own sales channels, etc., to really try to understand what is needed, what is valuable, and then we prioritize inside the team. We have a very small team, so there's limited amount of things we can do, but we try to do the most valuable things for our users.
Thank you so much. We have about 3 minutes left, so we're going to give you the opportunity to add in anything that you feel that you would like to add that we weren't able to add or ask.
So I just want to say that, you know, it's Wyze is such a great opportunity if you want to, you know, work delivering, you know, products and you know, changing people's lives in terms of, you know, going to your friend's house and seeing your products in their home. And it's just a great, fulfilling experience when that happens. So, you know, you can, you know, like Kim said, you know, look, you know, research the products, find out, you know, what the customer really needs, and then, you know, develop that product and deliver it and get it to the market, and then see it in homes. It's just really really rewarding.
And to just to add a last note, I know I know there are probably many questions about products. We have a later session with Mike and Sunny on one more session on product development. If you're interested, stay tuned. And also we have a AMA coming up later in the week, so you can, if you have more questions around the products, we're happy to answer them.
Kim, Steve, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. And until next time, as we get ready for the next session, thank you so much. Have a great afternoon and a great rest of your Saturday.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Just a friendly reminder. Thank you. Bye-bye. Just a friendly reminder. Please send questions into either, actually, please, Gwendolyn is preparing to send links during our chat. So please do send those questions through into the Google Forms that they prepare.